Good luck, guys. I'll see you in a sec. Ladies and gentlemen, buyers, good morning and a warm welcome to another special Harcourts Rata & Co auction at number 3, Ziema Court in Thomastown. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts Rata & Co and joined here today by some of my award-winning colleagues in blue. You'll see them among you in the crowd here. They're here for your assistance should you require their advice. Please feel free to approach either Vita, Lou, Daniel, and of course Mr. Aman, Verma, who no doubt you've had the great opportunity of meeting throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you the following announcements which in place help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids the words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 30 to 90 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything is in here, everything is quite clear. Buyers, is with my highest recommendation what we offer for your consideration and competition here today, here in the quiet bowl of the court of Ziema Court. It's a sort of street that you can stand in the middle of the road and call an auction without any fear of oncoming traffic or any through traffic. That's what you get in these locations in Thomastown. Nice, quiet family living in the heart of Thomastown with access to absolutely everything that you need to provide a great lifestyle for your family. The parkland littered throughout the surrounding streets as close as the end of Ziema Court, and of course easy access to good quality schools, both primary and secondary, shopping and transport options not far at all from the Western Ring Road, providing simple access throughout Melbourne. So great opportunity in terms of location. Add to that a great home, absolutely nothing to do, immediately comfortable, ready to move in, or perhaps for those investors among us here today, ready for your tenants to move in. Either way you look at it, it's a great opportunity to purchase a great package to get the sold sticker on the board. If that's your goal, now's the opportunity to reserve that right. Buyers, where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for 3 Ziema Court? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. Start me where you like. I'm in your hands. Kept you waiting a little bit. It's only fair that you keep me waiting now for an opening bid. I don't mind the core buyers. It's an opportunity for you to show the competition here today. I should have say the potential competition, that the keys do belong to you, that the home is yours, an opportunity to mark your territory, an opportunity to stake your claim and start from a position of strength. You've got that chance now, buyers. I don't mind the call. I'm in your hands. Going to make it at 590. Not too far off where I was going to start, sir, so I welcome that bid and wish you the best of luck here today. At 590,000 the bid. At 590. I've got to take 6 in the rise, sir. At 600,000 now. At 600 and 10 now with a nod of the head. At 610 the quick retort. 20 if you like. At 20. At 620,000, 30 if you like now, sir. 620 in the bid's behind. At 620,000, fairly been offered. At 620 the bid. At 620,000, bid there at 620. At 620 now. At 30, sir. At 30, welcome, best of luck. At 30 and 40 now. At 640,000, the quick retort again. And 50 now got. At 650,000, 60 it's got to be. At 660,000. At 660,000, fairly been offered now. 70 with a nod of the head. At 70 got. At 670 now. At 680 now. At 680,000. Don't waver just yet, sir. At 680s, at 90 now. At 90, got 700 beckons now. Can I say 7 in the rise? At 690,000, fairly been offered now. Bids there at 690. Once at 690,000, are we done? Twice at 690,000, the bid. All done, finished. Third, that's 700, sir. Welcome, best of luck, 700. Even money now at 700,000. At 700,000 and the bid's there. At 700 the bid. At 5, I'll take the 5 at 705 and the same courtesy at 5 if you like. At 705,000, fairly been offered. At 705. At 705,000, bids there. At 705. At 705,000, bid there. Opportunity with you. One bid not going to be enough here today. at 06. I will take the 6, and I'll tell you why, sir. We're on the market. We're selling here today at 706,000. Bids there, so I'm not going inside at 707. At 707,000, we're on the market. We sell. No second chances. 707,000. Bids there. Keys are there at 707. So we are selling now. If you've come to buy, you have to show me now. What was that? At 708 now. At 9, at 709,000, at 709 now, the bid's there, 710 if you like now, at 709,000, fairly been offered at 709, they've got the bid, they've got the keys, up to you if you want them back, at 709,000, fairly been offered now, 709 the bid, once at 709,000, all done, twice at 10 now, and welcome back at 10, 711 sir if you like. I've got a Sloopy joke lined up perfectly if you say 711. At 710, the bid's there. At 710, up to you. At 710, the bid. At 710,000, bids there. Keys are there. We sell away. At 711, we'll grab a Sloopy later, sir. At 711 and 12. At 712. At 712. At 712,000, fairly been offered now. 713 now. 713, the bid, and 14 got. At 714,000. At 714,000, bid back there. I'll still take the 1 if you've got it. 714, the same opportunity here, and with you, sir. At 14 now. At 714, the bid. At 714,000, fairly been offered, bid there. Keys are there. Once at 714, done. Twice. At 714,000, done. At 15, welcome back at 15 and 16 again. At 716, at 716,000. At 716,000, fairly been offered now, 716 the bid. At 716, the quick retort at 16 now. At 716,000, 17 if you like, 20 is better. At 716, at 716,000, fairly been offered once. At 716, are we done? Twice. At 716, done and finished. Third, I won't take 500, got to be 1,000, make it 17. At 716, are you absolutely sure? At 716,000, don't show weakness to the competition. You have to show strength at the end of the auction if you want to buy. At 716,000, bids there. Can I confirm the bid, Aman? At 716,000. At 716, the bid. At 716,000, bid there. Opportunity here at 716. At 17 now, 717 and 18. At 718, at 718,000, 19 now, 20. At 720,000, at 720,000, fairly been offered now. Bids there, keys are there, 720 on that side of the road, opportunity on this side with me, and Aman at 720. At 720 the bid. At 720,000 on the market and selling. Make absolutely no mistake here. We are playing for keeps at 720,000. The bid's there, the keys are there. If you've come to buy, you must bid me now or forever hold your peace, because we do sell away here today at 720 now. Once at 20, done. Twice at 720, done and finished. Third, final call, $720,000 the bid. All done, all finished, all silent and out at 720. We're done over there, sir. Thank you. At 25, welcome. Come back in with style. Fight fire with fire, sir. Give me 30 on top. At 725 and 30 now. At 730,000. At 730,000, the bid's there now at 30. At 730, what do you say? Stay in fives. At 730,000, can I say 35 now? At 730, the bid. At 730,000. At 730,000, bids there. How are we going over there, Aman? At 30 now. At 730,000, the bid for the first call at 730. Done. Twice at 730. Done and finished. Third, final call. $730,000 the bid. Sir, ma'am, are we done? We finished. Silent out at 30. I need to know now. I'm about to sell. Do I have your best here today? In or out? Go. Let him have it. How benevolent of you, sir. Thank you very much at 730,000. I'm going to count to 3 one more time. If you've got any more left in you, let me know. At 730,000, the bid's there now at 30. At 730,000. At 730,000, are we done over here? I can get you back in for 1 if you like. At 730,000, need to know, in or out? At 730. Seems to be a little bit of doubt there, sir. Don't walk away with doubt. Walk away with the knowledge that you've got the property or you gave it your absolute best shot. At 730,000, the bid's there. Yes or no? In or out? Need to know. Definitely done. Thank you very much for your bidding here today. We're still done over there. Still done here, sir. At 730,000, they tell me they're out for the first call at 730. All done. Twice. I'll take the 1 if you've got it. At 730,000, done and finished. Third, final call at $730,000 the bid. All done, all finished, silent and out at 7:30. Absolutely sure, so I'll take the one if it gets you back involved. I have your best here today. Thank you very much for your spirited opinion here today. At $730,000 the bid. First, second, third, final call at 30. Done, finished, silent and out. We're selling, 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 sold. Congratulations and well bid. Please join me in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts Rata